Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Transformers Friday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Transformers Studio Series 86, the Transformers the Movie, Voyager Class Ratchet. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here we have on the top the Transformers the Movie. Transformers the Movie. Takara Tomy Generations Transformers Studio Series 86. Number 23. Autobot Ratchet and a little Autobot symbol there. 8 and up. Hasbro print. On the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in Vietnam print. Symbols I'm not going to learn. A barcode. And another symbol I'm not going to learn. Includes figure and 2 accessories. And there it is again in all kinds of other languages. 86, number 23, Studio Series, Voyager Class, and some nice artwork of Ratchet there. On this side, 86. And then, again, nice artwork of Ratchet. Authentic. And on the back, we have big screen-inspired scale detail and backdrop. I added the "and," of course. Autobot, the Transformers, the Movie, Autobot Ratchet, Decepticon Shuttle Ambush. And then there's a nice digital render of Ratchet in both modes. He transforms in 25 steps. Ratchet and the Autobot crew fight to defend the shuttle against a Decepticon attack. And then backdrop included, and there's a picture of him with the backdrop. Warning, attention, Achtung! Don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. More small, fine, legalese print, made in Vietnam print, that thing, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories in alt mode. And first of all, just so we can get it out of the way, here's the backdrop that we've become used to with the Studio Series 86. And it is the Autobot shuttle from the Transformers the Movie, in which Ratchet, spoiler alert, bites the big one. And then Studio Series and the Autobot symbol. And then Transformers 86 on this side. And on the bottom flap, we have Transformers the Movie, Authentic. And then, you know, the rest is just cardboard, and it kind of just sits like that. And you put the Transformer on it. And there we have that out of the way. Now we can take a look at the handy dandy instruction manual. And here we have a nice, like, line art of Ratchet. He's 86, number 23, Studio Series, Autobot Ratchet, the Transformers the Movie, Transformers Generations 8 and up. And on the inside, we have some nice clear illustrations that are reasonably easy to follow. Although I'm not a big fan of the darker colors for the pieces you have to move. This one isn't quite as bad as some of the ones that we've looked at in the past, where it's a dark color and then the background is also a dark color, like Titans Returns comes to mind. So, good job on those as normal. Now let's take a look at Ratchet in his ambulance mode. And this is a repaint and slight retool of 86 Ironhide, as it should be. right on down to, here's the two guns that are tailpipes in the alt mode, which I think was a nice touch for this vehicle mode as far as storage goes. And then the ambulance, the siren lights, they do pull off, and you could put the guns up here just like you could on Ironhide if that's something you want to do. And you can see this little I-beam shaped peg, and then on the, for the port, it's just a rectangular. But as far as deco goes, it's got a nice little Autobot tempo here. Everything is mostly molded in color. Now, like the windshield, this whole piece is molded in this translucent blue, and then the white is painted on there. The silver apps are paint, nice wheel paints, nice paint for the guns. And again, these pieces that have these translucent pieces in it that are a whole piece, the white parts are painted, and you can kind of see they don't quite match up. And as per most Ratchets and Ironhides that I have reviewed or even own, you know, it's quite a bit of panel lines going on here. And I won't say they don't fit together nicely, but they do look a little gappy. And then I don't know if I mentioned it before, nice silver paint for the wheels. It's probably molded in black for the tire, and then the wheel is a silver paint app. And it rolls reasonably well. I won't say it rolls super freely, but free enough that you give it a good little push and it will go across the screen. And that, my friends, is a look at Ratchet in his alt mode. It's time for alt mode comparisons. And here we have the Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ratchet next to the Amazon exclusive Earthrise Galactic Odyssey Paradron Medics Deluxe Class Ratchet and the Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ironhide. Here's Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ratchet with the Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Amazon exclusive Generation Selects War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Alternate Universe Optimus Prime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the comedy portion of our program where I attempt to transform this Transformer. And sometimes it's funny, sometimes not so funny. Sometimes it's just sad that I can't transform these guys. So, I know where to start. Let's take the weapons off. If I can even get that done. They don't want to come off, and you know, that's good because when it's in this alt mode they just won't fly off willy-nilly, so that's a good thing. So just work at it a little bit, wiggle it, it'll come out. We'll set those out to the side. Then I guess let's start with the back, and let's lift this part up, and then we lift this part up and try to separate them. And you can see, rather than just pull them apart, just kind of slide it down, because if you don't, eventually that tab's going to break off. So let's close. No, can't even do that yet. Let's move it down this way, and then we'll close that, and then we'll flip this down, and then we'll do the same thing over on this side. Bring it down, flip one piece and then close the other piece. Then you can take these two pieces right here and flip those down. Let's move the camera up a little bit. That's better. So then we can flip those pieces and then turn these pieces back up like so. Beep, 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 beep. He's like R2-D2 now. So then you'll separate the legs and you can see there's a tab here and a slot corresponding over here, and the same up in there. So, and what else? Let's see. Oops, didn't want to do that. It would help if I put it back on there right. I know. We need to, these parts do need to separate, but before we can do that, they're tabbed in up under this piece of roof. And let's see if I can get that loose. Give me just a minute, folks. Well, before I get back into that, let's see if I can loosen it up here on the sides. And no, that really doesn't work either, does it? And it's really hard to get a hold to this piece. Alright, it did take me a minute, folks, but I did get it loose. I had to get something up under here and loosen up these two panels. And as you can see, it's like ironhide, just like ironhide. You got these two big tabs right here that go up under here, and they're a bit of a pain to really get apart from there. So once you get those loose, you bend them out just a little bit at this hinge, and then at this hinge you're going to fold it all the way down, and you'll notice there's a little bit of a tab here and a slot right here. And just make sure you don't break nothing, because sometimes you bend this too far and it'll impede this flipping. And then once you get that into position, flip this back and just kind of push it tight. And then we'll do the same over here on the other side. Hitch this, and you see there's a tab right here, and then there's a open slot right here where that goes. So let's flip that down, and again tab and slot here on this side just like the other side, and then flip this back and just kind of push it in. Then we'll straighten the arms out. We can go ahead and flip the hands out as well, and let's separate the arms. And we can go ahead and put them out to the side. Now once we've got that done, we want to pull this piece down. Yeah, notice there's a hinge right here, and then this section comes loose from here, and you spin that around. The wheels do get in the way just a little bit. So once you've got that spun around, lock it back. Well, don't lock it back into position yet. Let's leave this open. Let's flip the head out, and it's on a hinge right here, and you just flip it out. Then you flip these two little window pieces in, so like so. Fold it over and then put it inside the chest cavity, and there we go. With that, lock this top portion into the portion that becomes the waist. Straighten the legs up, flip the crotch piece down, flip the arms down, and if you'll notice, there's a tab right here and an open slot right here, and they just go into position like so, and same on the other side. Then this piece is on a hinge here and here, so you want to just kind of do it like that. And there you have it, my friends. There's Ratchet, all transformed. Let's take a look at Ratchet and his accessories in robot mode. And here we have some handy dandy tweezers. And let's take a look at his guns. If you've seen Ironhide, SS-86 Ironhide, or if you have that one, then you know this piece is nothing new for you. Molded in black plastic, nice silver paint amp over most of it except for the handle, because it just rub off anyway. And there's two of those. So, very nice. Now as far as Ratchet himself goes, so got some nice paint amps for the eyes and the face and this crest. Unless of course it's molded in this plastic and then the white is the paint, but it doesn't really look that way. So I think this is a paint amp as well. So very nice looking. Same tampo from vehicle mode. Then we've got these tampos on the shoulder showing that he's a medic. And then other than the paint amps we discussed in alt mode, that's pretty much it as far as the deco goes on the robot mode. Well, the red hands, they're painted, it looks like they're molded in white plastic, as you can see on the inside, and then painted the nice red. Now let's take a look at his articulation. He can look up that high, he can look down that far. He's got a little bit of waggle. He can do the full exorcist. There's really, well, I say there's no chicken neck, but yeah, he's got some chicken neck going on there. So party at the Ark. And as far as the shoulders go, he can raise his arm about 90 degrees, 360 degrees of rotation. Cut here at the upper bicep on a double mushroom peg for another 360 degree rotation. Single hinged elbow gives you approximately 90 degrees, and then rotation of 360 degrees at the wrist. At the waist, another 360 degree rotation, so that's pretty cool. At the hips, he can almost give you the full splits. He's just shy of it. Then if you kick the crotch plate up, he can kick his legs forward, not quite, just below 90 degrees forward, and then again just below 90 degrees back. Cut at, I guess, the mid thigh here for him on a double mushroom peg for another 360 degree rotation. Single hinged knee, and it gives you approximately 90 degrees worth of bend at the ankle. Tilts down that far, tilts up, you know, slightly. Most of that's due to transformation though, what you got going on there. And then he does have that much rocker. So overall, that's really good. Now, as far as this weapon storage goes, if you don't put it in his hands, it can store on his back again, just like Ironhide. And it's got these rectangular openings right here, and then you just got these C-shaped brackets on here, and they just peg on there. It really doesn't want to, does it? Not on this side. Doggone it. Always when you're filming. And it does not want to go on there at all. And I did not have this issue with Ironhide at all. So that's kind of messed up. So, alright, there, finally got that one on there. Let's see if I can get the other one back on there. Alright. And that's storage if he's not using them. Although we don't really see Ratchet use a lot of weapons. He's more of a smart kind of guy. And a fixer-upper. As in he fixes other people up, not he fixes himself up. But there we have it, my friends. A look at Ratchet in his robot mode. It's time for my favorite part of a Transformers review, robot mode comparisons. And here we have the Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ratchet with the Amazon exclusive War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Galactic Odyssey Paradron Medics 2-Pack Deluxe Class Ratchet and the Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ironhide. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Studio Series 86 Voyager Class Ratchet with the Titans Returns Legends Class Bumblebee and the Walmart exclusive Netflix War for Cybertron Trilogy Earthrise Leader Class Optimus Prime. For final thoughts on the Studio Series 86, the Transformers the Movie, Voyager Class Ratchet, I have to say it is an improvement over the Earthrise mold, which is just slightly retool of the Siege mold version of Ratchet. And, you know, it's still not perfect. It's closer than it was. And the issues that I had with it, like in the alt mode, it's very panel-y looking, and there's not really a whole lot that's gonna help that, and it still transform. So, you know, it's kind of an issue for me, but then it's a non-issue too, because I don't really care for the look that the panels bring to it, but you know, I like my Transformers to transform also, so it's a bit of a trade-off. And again, you know, this one isn't 100% there yet. He's almost there. It's almost there, guys, just like Gold Leader would tell you in Star Wars. Almost there. And so, do I like... Yeah, I like this guy. I think it's a big improvement over that Siege mold and the Earthrise retooling of it. But it's just not 100% there for me. And I do wish they would have included different accessories than what Ironhide came with. I would have preferred, you know, some surgical type instruments or whatever. But I sort of understand why they gave us the same guns as Ironhide, because, you know, in the alt mode it becomes the tailpipes for the van, but I think they could have figured out a way to do that and have given us some more like medical or mechanical tools, wrenches and scalpels and whatnot, instead of guns. But I guess Ratchet is a warrior too, so there you have it. But I will probably, quote-unquote, upgrade this guy with the Siege Ratchet's tools. Well, that does it for the review, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel, reviewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.